Hey people, welcome back to another preview of the Premier League, and it's March day 31. Now there are going to be some exciting fixtures happening this weekend, and as I would always say, it's getting to the business end of the season. Teams are looking to pick up as many points as they can, and some other teams are just trying to fight that relegation battle. Okay, so yes, let's just go straight into the video. Now matches are starting off on Friday when Bournemouth take on Manchester United. Now, I must say that I've been quite impressed with what Michael Carrick has done with Manchester United. In the last few games that he has been in charge, I think they so far have about maybe 6 wins in the last 7 or 8 games. And you can just tell that win against Aston Villa last weekend was just a huge result. You know, especially looking at the fact that I think they are fighting for the top 4 and Champions League spot. Definitely that win against Aston Villa was a big result for Manchester United. Now they are going to be taking on a Bournemouth side, and I think this Bournemouth side are very tricky, especially when they are playing at home. It is difficult to pick up results against them. Now don't forget that I think the last time that these two sides played, I think Manchester United were able to get over the line against them in the last game. In the last game, it actually ended in a draw. That's how tricky it is. And Manchester United were playing at home. So this time around, Bournemouth is going to be playing at home. And as I would say, Bournemouth are a very interesting team. They are still looking to finish. In the top half of the table, so definitely they would want to make sure that they get that 3 points against Manchester United. But I think it's going to be tough. As I said, Manchester are on a good run right now. That result against Aston Villa will really push them to ensure that they get the 3 points that they need, and also extend the point gap between themselves and Aston Villa. So definitely, I think it's going to be a tough one. I think the game is going to end in a draw, except if Manchester United were to step up just like they did in the second half of the game against Aston Villa in the last game, and then maybe they have a chance of picking up all 3 points. Regardless, I think it's still going to be really tough for Manchester United to win that game. So I think it's going to end in a draw. As I said, the game is going to be on Friday. Now on Saturday, Brighton will be hosting Liverpool. Now, Liverpool coming off of that game against Galatasaray in the Champions League midweek, it was a huge result for Liverpool, and I think maybe that will propel them to also get another result, because don't forget that the last game they played in the Premier League was against Tottenham, and disappointingly that game ended in a 1-1 draw. A lot of people would have obviously expected them to pick up 3 points in that game, considering that Chelsea dropped points and somehow Liverpool couldn't do it. However, this time around, they're also playing a Brighton team that I think they're also struggling at the moment. They're not playing really well. They're in number 12th position, and I'm sure that they'll be looking to pick up points against Liverpool, but it's going to be really tough. Liverpool, with that win against Galatasaray midweek, would definitely give them some level of confidence going into this game. Even if it's away, they will still have that confidence going into it, and just knowing that a win for them will extend the points between themselves and Chelsea, who are currently number 6 on the table. So definitely it's going to be a tough game, but I think that Liverpool will get the job done against Brighton. Absolutely. I think they're going to have 3 points. I did expect them to have 3 points against Tottenham in the last game, and somehow they weren't able to do it, and they weren't even playing at home. So this time around, I think they should be able to do. I still want to believe that they will do it, and the Spurs should be able to get the job done against Brighton on Saturday. And then Chelsea will travel to Everton. I honestly don't know what to expect from Chelsea at this point. I think Everton are a very good team playing at home. That new stadium is just brings some sort of energy to the team. And you know, just looking at the fact that Chelsea really needs the point, they really need to pick up that 3 points against Everton. It's going to be tough, but I think they should be able to do it. I'm sure they want to just get over that loss against Paris Saint-Germain midweek, and in the manner they did. Unfortunately, they still have Reece James, who will still be out for a couple of weeks. I think they also have Trevor Chalobah, who is down with an injury. Chelsea is going through all the problems right now. But the truth is, they should still have the quality of players to be able to get the job done, but it's going to be really, really difficult. I think Liam Rossini has a huge job to do to just steady the ship right now in Chelsea. They are really struggling. I think the mentality at the moment, the confidence is really, really down for the players, for the fans, for the club. It's ridiculous. But if for any reason they're able to get the job done against Everton, then maybe that will bring the confidence back. You know, when Liam Rossini actually joined them in January, they were picking up results, they were doing very well, but somehow that game against Paris Saint-Germain just dampened on their confidence just a little bit, and you could tell that it showed in the last 2 games against that same side. But I think that they should be able to get the job done against Everton. They have to get over that result quickly against Paris Saint-Germain and ensure that they pick up result. They want to definitely qualify for Champions League. So a result is really, in fact, a 3-point result is really, really important to Chelsea at this point. And then I think Aston Villa will also be playing West Ham. Now, I think this is the wrong time for Aston Villa to be playing West Ham. West Ham are playing really, really well. Don't forget that the last game against Manchester City, West Ham had a point. They picked up a point against Manchester City and they were playing at home. However, Aston Villa also have not played very well, even with the fact that they are playing at home. They've lost a point against Chelsea, lost 3 points against Chelsea, lost 3 points against Manchester United. And yes, they'll be feeling really, really disappointed, but they really need the 3 points. They have to, if they want to keep that spot for the Champions League next season, they have to. But I think this West Ham team are also looking to avoid relegation, and they are doing a good job at it. Espirito Santos, their coach, right now is getting the team to be playing really, really well. So I think Aston Villa is going to have another tough game in this one, but I think it might probably end in a draw. That is what I think, because as I said, West Ham are also looking for the points. If Aston Villa don't turn up right, there's a chance that West Ham will pick up all 3 points. But regardless, I think that worst case scenario will probably be a draw between these 2 sides. And then obviously the last game will be Tottenham Hotspur taking on Nottingham Forest. Now, should I say I am a bit encouraged about Tottenham last game against Atletico Madrid in the Champions League? The fact that they didn't lose that game and in the manner they did is something that I think Tottenham fans will look forward to. Yes, they're also playing at home again this time around, and maybe they just want to carry that momentum into this game again. And they have to practically just do that at this point, because they can't even afford to be relegated. They cannot. Even if they won't be in the top 10 by the end of the season, they want to ensure that they are not relegated either. So definitely this game against Nottingham Forest is going to be a big one. Don't forget that these 2 sides are practically beside each other. I think Tottenham is number 16 and Nottingham Forest number 17. So it's a big, big deal. A big deal, right? And just the I think it's just a point between the both of them. So definitely, and even West Ham has 29 points. So if for any reason West Ham gets a point, there's a chance that they can go just above. Okay, they might probably still remain where they are because of the goal difference, but I expect Tottenham to be able to get the job done against Nottingham Forest, and that is just practically the truth. Building from that momentum that they played in midweek in the Champions League against Atletico Madrid, even though they didn't qualify to the quarterfinals, but in the way they played, you could just tell that there was something different about them. And I hope they carry that into that game. And I hope also that Igor Tudor, their coach, is able to start the same players who started that game and got them some sort of result. So definitely, I think that Tottenham will be able to get it done. I want to be confident that they will get it done. Yeah, I want to be confident that they'll get it done. But well, those are my thoughts on the Premier League matches that will be happening this weekend. As I said, is match day 31. And yeah, you'll be wondering why I didn't mention Arsenal's and Man City's match. Obviously, they're playing in the EFL Cup final on Sunday. So yes, they'll be partaking in the Premier League this weekend. But yes, those are my thoughts on the games that will be happening this weekend for the Premier League match day 31. Share your thoughts in the comment section, who you think is going to pick up possible 3 points, and those you think that might not, maybe just mention that in the comment section. I will definitely be reading and responding. Also, ensure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, please. I love you guys. Please subscribe to the channel, okay? It's free. You are not paying anything for it, okay? Please subscribe to the channel. It is absolutely free, and it helps the channel to grow. Also, don't forget to put on your post notification bells to get our latest video when they drop. And please, I need you guys to watch our videos to the very end, okay? Please, okay? Please, please, please watch it to the very end. I love you guys, and I really, really appreciate all your love, okay? And also, just before I go, don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms at _official FSH. As I would always say, on to the games are played and the results are in. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Bye-bye.